Let's see. Can we get lo-fi going on here without getting a copyright? Let's see. No, stop. Stupid ass thing. Alright, whatever, that works. Is there playlists or anything on here? Alright, let's see here. Hey, yo, welcome back. Just gonna wait for a few people to get up in here. That way I'm not just, sharing my whole camcorder collection with just one or two people. Whoa, I gotta turn that audio down. Yeah, man, I like sharing all my camcorders with everybody out there. Well, they're technically not mine. Alright, I gotta turn the audio down. Hold on. Okay. They're technically not all my camcorders. I mean, like, I buy them, I review them, and then I'll sell them. I'll have them for other people out there to buy. And I'm lacking right here. Let's turn these lights on, huh? Is that a little better? Okay. Yeah, Cyclone. The VX2000 is working pretty good. It's actually... I wasn't very confident with it, with how much I paid for it, but there's only one little issue with it, and I don't know why it does it, but the little green safety button you have to push in to move the power switch into VCR or record mode. The whole switch itself is a little finicky, and it'll sit and like restart the camera. Like I don't know if it actually turns off, but it'll turn on, and it really does it when you're in VCR mode. Okay, so how many people we got up in here? 4? I recommend looking into the Sony Handycam SC5 if you haven't heard of it. I will definitely, you know what, I got me a little notebook right here. I will write that down. Sony, what is it? The Sony SC5. Okay, so what is the Sony SC5? Is it a high 8 or is it like a mini DV camcorder? I was thinking of lending you at... My idea with this is I'm going to move from the oldest to the newest that I have. And then at the end, I'll share some of the camera accessories that I have as well, like lenses, mics, and stuff like that. You know, stuff that you attach to your camera. So, shall we get going? Okay, so I'm going to start off with the first one here. The first one is... Is the sound cutting out for anyone else? Is it? I keep getting calls from people. I'm filming this on my phone, so I apologize. Is the audio working fine now? Okay, yeah. The audio was cutting out because I was getting a FaceTime call from people. So, yeah. So, I'll let you know if these are for sale or not, and pretty much like what year they came from. Okay, I apologize for the cutouts for the audio. So, this is the Sony Betamovie BMC 110. This one is from 1984, and I believe this was the first model that they came out with for the Betamovie series. I think they only made Betamovie from like 1984 to like 1987. But this one doesn't actually work, and I unfortunately paid kind of a lot for it. I think I paid like 75 bucks for it. But, yeah. So if you don't know anything about Betamovie, they are Sony's version of like VHS cameras. It's just the VHS tapes are just a slightly bit smaller, and they you can't do any form of playback on these at all. So if you wanted to watch your footage back from these, you actually had to buy a Betamovie VCR to be able to put your Betamovie tape into and be able to rewind it and then watch your footage. So these cameras don't have any form of playback on them. They are just record only. And I think this one doesn't even have a digital viewfinder. It's all optical, which I guess is kind of a good thing because most cameras back then had black and white viewfinders, so you actually do get a colored image for this. But I don't think you're actually seeing what the camera sees. So if something's out of focus or the color correction's off, you're not gonna really know if that's correct or not. But all in all, this one's actually in really good shape. I got the charger with it and no battery. But I mean, even like the foam on the mic right here is like, it's not crumbling or anything. And I don't know, these are just kind of weird because you have the hand strap, so obviously these go up on your shoulder like this. But you can actually, there's this little release button here. Let's see. And you can move it down like that, and then it goes into a few different settings here. So it's got a few different positionings here. And then on the front, you have this little opening here, if I can get it to do it. And that's where your battery goes into. So, yeah, that is the BMC 110. I don't know. Has anybody messed with one of these out there? Let me know, because they're pretty cool looking. It's very colorful, but I've heard that they're honestly just really terrible cameras. All right, let's see what you guys are saying here. I watched your review on that model. I don't remember if you were able to get a working recorder out of it, though. Yeah, I wasn't able to even get this thing to turn on. I can plug the power source into it, and I can hear something like a switch flip or something on the inside, but it doesn't turn on, and it'll show, where did it say? Yeah, you have these little indicators down here, and the bottom one says caution, and it was blinking red, and then it just turns off. So the camera will turn on for a second, and then it just turns off afterwards. So not really sure why it does that. So that is the Sony BMC 110. Oh, jeez. Now I gotta figure out where I'm gonna put these cameras because I got a lot of stuff here. I guess I'll just put them on my desk for right now. Ugh. Ah, this room is so small. The design of that looks beautiful. Yeah, the Sony BMC models are pretty cool. Honestly, I think the 110 is probably my favorite just because it's silver, and I think most of the models after that were black. So that one is actually really cool, especially because I don't know if it came with the stickers or if you were able to apply them after you bought it, but all the like rainbowy stickers just makes it like a really pretty looking camera. I don't know, I'm a big fan of color, obviously. Yeah, so if anybody wants to buy that camera, that one's actually for sale on my eBay store. Just letting you know, it doesn't work, but it will come with the camera. There's a lot of like old warranty information on it, and like uh, I don't know, a bunch of paper, like Sony papers that it came with. But it will have the charger, and I know you can. There's a website somewhere out there. I don't remember what it's called, but you can send them those the Sony batteries, and I think they rebuild them for you. And I think you can also buy rebuilt ones from them, but they're like $85 for a freaking battery. So I don't know. To me, I don't think it's worth it, especially if your camera doesn't work and you need a VCR with it, a beta movie VCR. Okay, so shall we move on to the next one? Alright, so this guy is the Panasonic PV420. And it is from 1989, and this one records to VHS tapes. Full-size VHS tapes, like what you would watch your old home movies from if you bought them from like, rented them from like Blockbuster or something like that. I think I have the battery in here. Let's see if we can adjust it. Yeah, I do got the battery in here. Cool. Yeah. You can still find these on Amazon and stuff if you ever buy yourself a VHS Panasonic version of a camcorder. But yeah, that's what it records on. There's your SD card. Let's get this back in there. Okay, so a lot of these Panasonic VHS camcorders all use a very similar battery, and they're those really long stick batteries. And they are like this. And I think I want to pan my phone down just a little bit, just so you can see the cameras a little more. There. How's that? Yeah, so you can actually still find these on Amazon. I don't know if they're old stock or if they are rebuilt or if they're still making these. But what was I going to say? If you do buy one of these on eBay or something, make sure you get a camera, or you get the camera with the power supply slash charger. Because they don't make aftermarket chargers for these, but you can find the batteries. So definitely do not get one of these without the charger. And they don't have any form of like AV out, where the power supply goes into here on the back. The charger is the power supply, but you also have AV out and AV in plugins on the power adapter as well. So you can actually run your video signal out to your video converter or your computer or whatever and digitize it that way. So the charger and power supply is a very multi-purpose piece that these come with and that you kind of need. So yeah, and these things honestly are almost as heavy as the camera itself. These things are bricks. Yeah, they are pretty big batteries on them. What else is cool about this? It does have a black and white viewfinder, and it slides out and pivots like that. And then you can stick it up here like this and look through it like that. This is probably one of my favorite VHS cameras I've had. I just really like the color in it, especially because you can switch it between indoor white balance and outdoor white balance, and then it also has auto. But when you are outside and it's like summertime and you turn it to the outdoor white balance, I don't know, it just gives it this really warm, soft orange kind of color to the video footage, and it just looks so good. It's exactly what you would think VHS footage would look like. So, yeah, I've actually rigged this thing up with like a fisheye and stuff, and I've filmed some skateboarding and scootering and stuff like that with it, so that's actually pretty fun, but it makes it super heavy. Let's see. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, I guess you got a focus wheel on the front and then a zoom as well, and then you can also there's a zoom rocker up here that zooms, but it's not like a variable zoom, so it's one speed forward and one speed back. So it is actually really slow. So sometimes it's easier to just use the zoom ring here and manually zoom, and then you can also push it in, and it has like a macro mode, so you can like focus really close on objects. I don't know, kind of cool. These were pretty advanced, I think, for back in the day, but I feel like when these were out in the 80s and 90s, a lot of people couldn't afford these. I think you could rent them at places, though, at least from what my parents have told me. So, we'll move on from this one. This one's probably one of my favorite cameras that I own. This one's not for sale, but you can find quite a bit of these on eBay and Mercari for sale. But like I said, make sure you get the power supply or battery charger with it. All right. Do you know what price? Do you know what the price was new? I don't know what the price was brand new, but you could probably Google it really quick. Just Google Panasonic PV420 original price, and it'll probably show you. You might have to do a little bit of digging, maybe like on Wikipedia or something. You can find stuff, but you can find like the dates and stuff that these cameras were made as well if they don't say on the camera. But thanks for joining me on this. I was actually wanting to do this for quite a while. I like sharing my camera collection with you guys. And I don't know, lately I've been really liking doing these live videos. So thanks for joining me on this and hanging out with me. Let's see, what's the next one we got here? We will talk about this guy. Now, this is the Panasonic PV42. It's pretty much the mini version of the Panasonic PV420. The only difference is this one records to VHS-C tapes instead of regular VHS style tapes. But this one is from 1992, so it's a little bit newer, and I don't know, this one has such a goofy looking look to it. It comes with this little light up here on top that the camera will actually self-power the light on it, and it'll just look like a little kind of like a little submarine almost. I don't know, it's kind of goofy looking. But I know that they make a couple different versions of this, or they did actually, because I had one before I owned this one. It was like, I don't know, like 4 or 5 years ago. And they have a version that is the 1992 Olympics special edition, I guess. And it usually will say that right here on where like the tape screen is. It'll say official sponsor of the 1992 Olympics or something like that. So I assume they probably promoted this during the 1992 Olympics. Not sure if that one's worth any more than this one, but they're the exact same camcorder. This one does have a black and white viewfinder, but the viewfinder is kind of odd. It has all these different, like, they have like little notches that it sits in, so it's not just this free spinning viewfinder. It has little notches that it sits in, so you can kind of see that it does that. And I don't know. I guess it helps if you're like you got your face pushed up against it and it won't move on you. I don't know. I think that's kind of weird. What else is unique about this guy? This one's actually, I have this one for sale as well, but it has something wrong with it. I have a review on this not too long ago, but when you record, the footage is kind of purplish green, and I wonder if somebody like recorded, because I know you're not supposed to point the lens at the sun, and I wonder if somebody recorded the sun or if it has something going bad in the like the motherboard, or it's got capacitors going out in it or something. But yeah, it has a weird purplish green color to it, and everything else works great on it, but it just has that weird color to it. It's honestly kind of cool looking if you want like some special effects for your footage. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this guy. Pretty much just a mini version of the PV420. Ugh. All right, shall we move on? Let's move on. All right, next up, you guys have probably just seen this one recently. This is the Sony CCD VX3. And this one is also from 1992. And from my understanding, they made these from 1992 to 1995. And I don't know if there's something wrong with this or if the tape heads are just dirty. But I've tried cleaning the tape heads twice, and I'll go to watch the footage that's on the tape, and it'll be all scrambled looking. Like, I can make out like what the video footage is, but it's still very scrambled, like the video, or the tape heads are dirty. So I'm not really sure what the issue is. If I put it into record mode, it tells me to eject the tape. But if I eject the tape, then switch it to VCR mode or playback mode, then I put the tape back in, it will read the tape and I can rewind it and fast forward it and hit play and all that kind of stuff. It just doesn't read the tape good. So I'm not sure what the issue is there. Oh yeah, you got a, is your DVX a model or a B model? Because isn't the B model a lot better than the A model? But yeah, if you want to go watch my review on this, I didn't post it too long ago. So yeah, this guy's from 1992. It records onto 8mm tapes. It's a high 8 camcorder, so it's not digital 8. It's cool because it has stereo audio. I feel like a lot of cameras from 1992 didn't have stereo. It was only mono for most cameras. The lens is a 52mm lens thread diameter, so it's actually the same size as like a VX1000. So if you have a VX1000 out there and you like filming like skateboarding and stuff, if you get one of these, the fisheye that fits on the VX1000 will fit on this as well, the 52mm. This is, now, I don't know, I bet Cyclone probably knows more about this, but I've never seen a Video 8 or a High 8 camcorder that is a 3 CCD camcorder. It's got a 3 CCD sensor in it. So, yeah, I've never seen any form of Video 8 with a 3 CCD sensor. It does have a manual focus ring on it and a zoom ring. And like I said in my review video, it's got this cool little knob right here that you can actually grab and do it instead of having to grab the whole wheel. But you can also grab the whole wheel as well if you wanted to. Oh, what are you guys saying? It was the only high consumer camcorder that. Oh, okay. So I was right. It is the only high 8 3CCD sensor camcorder that was made. So that's actually really cool. So I guess that actually makes this camera even more valuable and rare than it already is. What else do we want to talk about? It has the infrared sensor right here. It kind of pops up and then springs back down. So when it's popped up, it's on, and then when it's down, it's off. A cold shoe up here for mounting mics, lights, and all that kind of stuff. It has an ND filter on it, so you can turn it on and off, which I think was pretty advanced for 1992. And a lot of manual controls down here and all that. And your playback functions up in there. Now, I keep saying this in all of my videos about this camera, but it's still the fattest viewfinder I've ever seen on a camera. I mean, like, literally, like, I don't know if you guys have Maverick gas stations around where you are, but around here there's this chain of gas stations called Maverick, and they have these, like, you buy like a hot dog from the gas station, and they call them Bahama Mamas, and they're just like the fattest hot dogs you've ever seen. That's just like what this reminds me of. It's that fat. It's huge. I've never seen a viewfinder that is this chunky. But, I mean, it's nice because it's actually big enough to actually, like, get your eye on it and see a decent-sized image in the viewfinder. Girth. Yeah, it is girthy. The viewfinder is pretty thick. Yeah, it's pretty thick. The one thing, if you didn't know, VHS-C and high 8 or 8mm camcorders, they can use the same battery. I don't have a battery with me right now, but so for example, oh wait, I do have a battery. Look at that. Let's close that. Okay, so this battery isn't like that, but so on like VHS-C, you can see the connectors down here. And then on high 8, you can see that the connectors are here. So they're the exact same on the back. They take the exact same battery. So you can find these batteries that also have little connector spots right here. So you can put it in one side for VHS-C, and then you can flip it over for high 8. So you can use the same battery on 2 different brands of camcorders. So I just think that's really cool. Anyway. Yeah, you're definitely right. They use the same. Are they the same terminals? Oh no, they're different terminals. Okay, yeah. What else about this guy? Yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't know. I know Cyclone owns one of these, but there's something that sits right here, and it's been ripped out of the hand strap, and I'm not sure what that is. Is it something that holds the like the lens cap in place while you're recording? That way it's not dangling? I don't know. It does have a secondary record button here, so if you are like a skateboarder and you're filming fisheye, and you want to film like this, you can come down here and push this button and then start recording handheld like that. And it also has a external mic plug-in if you want to upgrade your audio. Yeah, I've used like the same battery on other cameras. You're able to like flip the battery back and forth. They might use the same voltage, I'm not sure. But we will move on from this guy. If you want to watch the full review on this, it is on my channel. But this one is for sale as well, if you have one that you need to fix or something. I'm not sure if this one's completely broken, but it definitely doesn't like to read tapes. So this will be for sale. Actually, I think I have a bid going on for it right now. Yeah. I should have put something in my description for people to go to my eBay store and go check it out, but maybe I'll have to put it up there beforehand, or go look at one of my other videos and I'll have a link to my eBay store if you want to check out what I have for sale. Okay, so what did we do? Alright, we're gonna go with this one. Alright, next one here. But first, let's read you guys' comments. Yeah, I generally don't keep the lens caps on either. I just hate that they dangle and they'll slap the camera and you can hear it in the audio if you're recording and stuff. I was just wondering if it had a spot to attach it to the hand strap, because the Sony Betamovie BMC100 actually has a little, it's like a button actually. You know, you can snap buttons together. It's just like that, and you can actually have the lens cover right here on the hand strap, and then when you're done you can take it off and put it on the front. But this one is the, what is this one? This one's the Sony CCD FX230. Now this is actually my dad's camera. When I first started doing this channel, I wanted to get some cameras to be able to make content about. So I was like, hey Dad, like let me borrow some of your cameras so I can make some content and videos about them. And long story short, I still have them sitting at my house. So I guess they're kind of my cameras now. But this one is also a Video 8 camcorder, and it is from 1994. Does it say on the bottom here? I wrote it down in my notes here. Yeah, it's from 1994. So it's not a high 8 or a digital 8. It's a video 8. So it's like bottom of the barrel uh, video 8 quality. Yeah, this guy's pretty basic. What's weird about a lot of the FX series cameras is a lot of them seem like they have capacitors that go bad really fast on them. So they're actually kind of rare to find ones that actually still work. And this one still works actually very well. But I think it was more of the budget camera from back in the day. I think as you go up in numbers on these models, like if you go to like this one's the 230, if you go up to like the 330 or the 430, 530, they start to get better and better quality. Like this one has a black and white viewfinder, and I think the like 330 or the 430 has a colored viewfinder. So it's just upgraded models. Let's see. So I mean, you really got just some basic functions over here. A pretty skinny viewfinder here, but it does fold all the way forward. I guess so you could probably put it in like your bag or something if you wanted to. You got your playback functions here on the side there with your eject switch. I guess I forgot to mention that this one has the power switch right here, and it actually has a cold shoe mount right here, so you can mount a mic or some form of a handle, a light, you know, whatever you want. But I assume it's probably for a mic because it has the external mic plug-in right there. It's got a 10 times optical zoom. I don't think there's any digital zoom on it. You were able to have a infrared remote, so a wireless remote, which is actually this little section just like right here. You can see the little indicator right there for it. And yeah, it was pretty much just like a point and shoot camcorder. It's pretty basic. It's got a 37mm lens thread diameter on it, and it only has mono audio. So you have your video and your audio source, and that's it. So there's no S video or anything on it. So this one's pretty basic. This one's not for sale though, just because it's technically not my camera. It's my dad's camera, and he'd probably be pretty pissed if I sold it. But I don't know. Be cautious on buying these because they will have capacitors that go bad on them and stuff like that. And a lot of people don't have a way of testing them, or they don't feel like testing them, or they'll just try to scam you. So, yeah, just be weary on that. Ugh. I'm going to run out of room here. I got too much stuff. To relate to the FX stuff, I also have a CCD FX640 with stereo audio, as well as another FX unit from 1992, and it needs all of its caps changed. Yeah, it still works though. Yeah, generally I think if the capacitors go bad on them, doesn't like the screen just kind of go black, like you can't see any form of an image? Like you can see all of the I guess the display things on it, but it doesn't show an image on from like what the camera's actually seeing. All right, let's move on to the next one. Now this guy it's technically the first camera that I actually bought to start out my camcorder collection. I had a JVC before this one. I think it was like the GR5 or something like that. I think it was from like 1991 or 1992, but I think its capacitors were bad on it. So I actually ended up taking it back to like the thrift store that I got it from, and they actually had this one sitting there. So I went and bought a battery for it. No, it had a power supply, and I hooked the power supply up to it, and I bought a tape from eBay. And it turned out to work perfectly fine, and I was jumping up and down with joy. I was so excited to have an old camcorder that works. And yeah, so this one's from 1997, and it's a JVC GR AXM50. And this one's so crappy. I don't hate this camera, but it's definitely got some pretty bad video quality on it. But I don't know. That's what makes it fun to film with, is because its video quality is so crappy. I don't know. That's just what makes it fun. But it does have a flip out LCD screen on it. I think it's a 2.5 millimeter inch. I don't know. It's weird that camcorders back in the day had such fat screens on them, but this actual screen itself was so much smaller. I mean, look at all the potential this thing had. It's such a tiny screen here, and then the whole screen itself is gigantic. So, I don't know. Maybe they had to make them small to be able to fit all the wires and other, like the boards and stuff in it. But it does have the playback speaker here. Where I think on the bottom, yeah, right. And I don't know if you can see it, but you got like your the brightness for the screen, and then like the volume for playback right here, and like your program functions here, like sand and snow, spotlight, and all that kind of stuff, like night mode. This one is, did I say it's VHS-C? Yeah, this one records to VHS-C, and it actually has a colored viewfinder on it. So that's actually a plus. This thing's actually, it runs really good. It doesn't have, it's never had dirty tape heads or anything like that. Let's see what you guys are saying here. It's so wide like a tanker. Yeah, it's a chunky boy. Actually, let me grab, where did that battery go? I'm gonna keep this battery real quick. No, it's not what I want to do. So, I got a battery here. I'll show you the tape compartment is huge on it as well. Come on, go in. Yeah, so you have to open up the screen, and then you can hit this eject button right here. I'm probably gonna drop this, so this thing's gonna fly open. Oh, I got a tape in there too. I haven't used this camera in a while. But yeah, so VHS-C tapes are pretty small. Well, I guess they're kind of chunky, but they're pretty much just mini VHS. But in my opinion, I think that VHS-C looks worse video quality wise than regular VHS. So yeah, that's pretty much it. This one has a lens hood on it. You can open and close, and this light actually still works. Let's turn it on really quick. I'll show you. Yeah, I think I got this camera for like $10 or $15. There you go. There's the light. Yeah, it still works. So this thing's like what, 25 years old, I think, and the light bulb still works on it. It does have mono audio, but it also has a little hole right there in the front of it, so you can actually attach a external mic to it. But the thing that's stupid about it is it doesn't have anywhere for you to mount a mic to it. There's no cold shoe mount to it. So I think the only thing you could really mount to it is one of the mics that you hold like this. Or I guess you could get like a filming handle that you screw into the bottom, and then it has a little cold shoe up here. So you could do it that way as well. Anyway, that is the JVC GR AXM50. We'll move on to the next camera here. Oh, actually, I want to ask you guys a question really quick, because I've seen these on a lot of JVC camcorders, and I don't know what they mean. There's this little flap, or this door that opens right here, and you have all these buttons in here. I think they're like your editing buttons, but you have a T20, a T30, and a T40, and I don't know what that means. Is it like, is there different tapes or something that you get that have those numbers that you're supposed to set the camera to or something? I don't know. If you know what that means, leave me a comment real quick. Alright, what you guys saying here? Not even the screen is out like someone small. Bad deep sea sublight. Yeah, definitely. It looks like a lot of the older cameras look like little submarines. It's super weird. That is, what is it? That for taps, I think. Like audio cassettes. Oh, okay. So the T20, 30, and 40 is more for audio than video? I don't know. Okay, we'll move on to the next camera. We've got a long way to go here, so don't get bored on me. I'll try to make it interesting. Let's see, what's the next guy here? Okay. So, our next guy here is the Sony DCR PC100. This is probably one of my favorite cameras that I own. This is another one that my dad lent me, but this one is just such a cool little camera. It's a mini DV camcorder, and it records. No, sorry, it's from 1999, and it's honestly probably one of the goofiest looking cameras ever because it's boxy, but I don't know, it's just really weird. I think they made them so you could like kind of slide them in your pocket and then be able to just slide it out and start recording. But I mean, this thing almost has some like prosumer level like quality to it. I mean, it's got a really nice screen on it. It's got a focus wheel up here. It's got stereo audio. A cold shoe slash hot shoe, so you can mount like those Sony intelligent lights to it. It's got FireWire, S-Video, and AV out. You got a headphone jack for monitoring your audio. What else does it have? It's got like great stabilization to it. You can add a external mic to it if you wanted to. It's got night shot on it. All in all, it's just like a great camcorder, and I see a lot of them actually in pretty good condition. They do kind of sell pretty expensive. So yeah, this one I made a little video about like making a pocket-sized skateboarding camcorder, and I have a little fisheye that I put on here, and then a cold shoe handle up here, and it was just super fun to film with. So definitely one of my favorite camcorders. This one's not for sale, obviously, because it's my dad's. And yeah. Is the focus ring electronic or mechanical? I think it's electronic, because I think well, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's electronic. I'm not exactly sure. Really? Yeah. I don't know. I think the other model of this that is actually decent is the PC110. I have another one I'm going to show you here soon that's technically broken, but it's way cheesier than this one. It's the same kind of style, but it's way cheesier. It looks like it doesn't have as good build quality to it. So, yeah. Definitely one of my favorites. And I didn't know that Jackass actually filmed a lot of their videos with that camera. I know they use like the Canon GL2, GL1, and like a lot of the VX camcorders from the early 2000s. So, yeah. All right, let's move on. I have a lot of favorites here, but this one is kind of my workhorse. And this is the Canon GL1. This camera is also from 1999, but I got this one in 2018. So I live in Pocatello, Idaho, and I bought it from a guy on Facebook, and he lives in Idaho Falls, which is about an hour north of where I live. And he says he just used it for filming like his kids' soccer games and stuff like that. I just thought it was really weird because I don't understand why you would buy such a nice camera like this and just use it to film your kids' soccer games and stuff. But yeah, this is kind of my workhorse. Like if I film any kind of video for like scootering or like skateboarding or anything, like this is kind of my go-to camera because I know how it works and it works really well. And it's just really fun to film with. It's this kind of style camcorder. You know, you got the handle up here. It's mini DV, you know, it's kind of more the prosumer style ones, but it's actually really small compared to a lot of other camcorders. So I don't know, it's much more maneuverable, but it still has some weight to it. So like filming like fisheye and stuff for skateboarding, it's not super shaky. It actually stays weighted and it's not going to have super shaky footage. But this one has a 58mm fisheye on it. A lot of other cameras like this have the same size lens thread on it, so you can fit the same fisheye on a lot of these camcorders. It's got stereo audio, a record button up here, which I actually like a lot better. I know a lot of Sony camcorders, they kind of have them like kind of down here, and you have to reach down and grab it with like your other hand. This one's nice because all you got to do is just use your thumb and hit it. So I like that a little bit better. Little compartment here for your playback functions. A nice viewfinder for it. This one has a 2.5 millimeter, I keep saying millimeter, 2.5 inch LCD screen on it. I think the screen's kind of crappy on it. It's not, if it's too bright out, it won't, you can't see much on it. So you got to use the viewfinder quite a bit if you're outside recording. And then a lot of different buttons and functions down here. I have an old review on this pretty far back on my channel, back when I wasn't very good on camera. So if you want to go check that out, you can. If not, yeah, do yourself a favor and don't watch my cringy old videos. But this one also has a 3 CCD sensor on it. This is kind of the era of when 3 CCD was starting to take off, and that was kind of the high-end cameras that you wanted to get. But you do have a mini DV, or not mini DV, sorry. You do have FireWire on it, S-Video, and AV out on it. It has, I think it does, where is it? Yeah. You have a external mic plug-in there, little red plug-in, and you got audio monitoring and all that on it as well. It also has a focus ring here. And yeah, that's pretty much one of my favorite cameras that I got. Another one anyway. Okay, we will move on from this guy. All right, what you guys saying here? Canon beauty. Yeah, I do like the Canon. I don't know if you guys have ever tried out the Canon GL2, but I feel like the Canon GL1 works better than the Canon GL2. I feel like the Canon GL2 has a lot of recording and like tape reading issues. So I don't know, if you're gonna get one of the Canon style cameras, I definitely recommend getting the GL1 over the GL2. The GL2 has a little bit better video quality footage, but I feel like they kind of wear out and break a lot faster than the GL1 does. Yeah, the Canon GL1, it on camera, if you're looking at it looks like a pretty big camera, but then once you hold it and looking at other cameras that I've used, it's way smaller than a lot of the other prosumer, professional kind of cameras like that. Did you watch Nensky? Did you watch my my old review on the Canon GL1? It's like 30 minutes long, I think, but yeah, it's kind of cringy. I wasn't very good on camera at that point, so I was like kind of awkward and not very good at editing either. Does it have zebra? Yeah, I think you can go into the settings and turn the zebra on. I think it goes up to like 70. I have a Canon GL2. It did record properly, but not so much anymore, so I put it away for a year. Yeah, if the footage starts to get glitchy on it, or if it just kind of has problems reading tapes, definitely try cleaning your tape heads. Either with use a cleaning tape, or I have like a little method that I made a video about on my channel, kind of using like alcohol and Q-tips and like paintbrushes. So if you want to figure out how that works, go watch that video. And put the GL1 in it. Swap the GL1 tape mechanism with the GL2. Could you do that? I don't know if you could or not. Would that all fit together? I ain't gonna do it. I'm not that good at working on cameras yet. But that's an interesting thought. Yeah, okay, cool. Well, at least that video helped you out, Nensky. Thanks for the suggestion. However, I don't have a GL1. Buy a broken, cheap one. You could with mods. Yeah, honestly, a lot of GL1s and GL2s you can find that are untested on eBay for. Oh, I think the one that I did a review on my channel, I think I paid like $45 or $50 because it was untested, and I was like, that's not that expensive. I'll just take a shot in the dark, and it turned out that the tape heads were just dirty on it. So, yeah, you can kind of take a shot in the dark on some cheap ones, and you can get lucky sometimes. Yeah, I actually just recently, a couple months ago, I think I bought a PC100, and I the tape heads were dirty on that one, and you had to pretty much take the whole camera apart in half to get to the tape heads easily to clean them because it's so compact in the PC100 that you can't get your hand in there to clean anything. And when I was putting it back together after I cleaned it, I freaking tore one of the ribbon cables, and I think it was responsible for retracting the tape deck into the camera. And I was so mad because that camera was like in such good shape, and I couldn't get the tape to retract back into the camera. I could get the door to close and it would pop the door open, but it wouldn't bring the tape into the camera. So I was so mad about that. So I actually ended up selling that one for parts. So all right. Shall we move on to the next camera? Let's go. Okay. This one I haven't made a video on yet. I actually just did a live video on this guy. But this is the Sony VX2000. I just barely bought this camera. Cyclone Cord knows that I just got this. But this thing works really great. But it does have a little issue, and I don't know why it does it. So you have the power switch right here. In the middle, it's off, and I think, what is it? You go down to record mode and up to playback mode. And it mostly does it when it's in playback mode, but if you kind of just touch the switch or kind of push on it a little bit, or even push the little green button right there to disengage it to go into playback or record mode, the camera will like turn off and turn back on. And if you just kind of push on it like this, it'll just turn on, turn off, turn on, turn off, turn on, turn off. And I don't know why it does it. I don't know if there's like a loose connection or something on the inside, or if it's dirty behind the power switch or something. But even when you push like the record button, if you push it too hard, or if you kind of hit the switch at the same time, it'll turn off and turn back on, and it won't start recording. So you kind of have to gently push the record button. But I've been wanting one of these cameras for quite a while. I've been wanting a VX1000 for a while, but everybody probably knows how expensive those things are for a good working one. So I've been looking for a VX2000 for a decent price, and I finally took a shot on one, and we got this guy. And it's got the original lens hood on the front along with the lens cap. It's got a focus wheel and a zoom ring on it. Whoa. Stereo audio. It's got the intelligent light little Sony hot shoe mount here. You can also use it as a cold shoe mount. You got a, if I can do it here, let's see. You have a external mic plug-in on it as well. So I guess you guys are getting to see this camera before it even goes up as a review. I haven't even done a review on this guy yet. You have all of your audio out sources here. So you got S-Video, you got your full three, you get your full three RCA plugins there. And then at the bottom, it's kind of hard to see, but you got your FireWire down here. And then, get out of the way. It's also got headphone jack for audio monitoring and your LANC or your wired remote plug-in. like I said on like the Sony ones, it has the record button here instead of up on the handle, which I kind of like how Canon does it, and it's up on the handle instead of down here. Because you can record with one hand instead of having to use your other hand. I mean, you can kind of get your pinky down there and hit record if you wanted to, but that kind of takes a little bit longer to start recording, especially if you need to start recording like when you want to start recording. It is a mini DV camcorder. It came out in 2000, and it was replaced by the Sony VX2100. And what I've heard about the 2100 is it is the exact same camera as the 2000. It just does a little bit better in low light. They didn't change anything else on it, except for maybe the color. This one kind of reminds me of like it's almost like a rose gold color, if that makes sense. Like it's kind of more of a goldish color, and the 2100 is definitely more silvery metallic. What else shall we talk about on this guy? I do like how the handle up here kind of has little notches for your fingers, and your hand sits in there very well. And it's big enough for your hand if you do have a big hand. Now, something that I didn't realize until I got this camera. So I've messed around with like the Panasonic DVC30 and like Canon GL1s, GL2s. I've even had an XL1. But for some reason, the build quality on this guy just seems so much better than all of the other cameras that are similar to this style. Like, it just feels so solid. Like, I feel like you could mug somebody with this camera. Like, you could just take it and just beat them up with it, and then the camera would still turn on and work and start recording. Hell, you could probably record it while you were beating them up with it. It just feels very solid and put together. The plastic doesn't feel like it flexes and makes noise. It's just a really well put together camera. And I actually haven't felt any other camera that feels like that. So definitely a very well produced camcorder. Okay. I haven't talked this much in a long time, so I'm kind of out of breath. You got your playback functions underneath the handle here. I'm not going to turn it on to show you, but I think you can also record to the, what is it, the Sony Memory Stick Duo cards. So you can record to those, or you can record to the mini DV tapes. And one thing that I actually find that's kind of weird is the viewfinder doesn't slide out and then rock. It just goes up and down, from what I can tell. So yeah, altogether, this is a great camera, and I'm super excited to do a review for you guys. So stay tuned for that. I'll probably be doing that probably sometime next week. And this one will be for sale. I don't know how much I'll sell it for yet, but if you do want to buy this camera, it will be for sale after the review goes up. Alright, I've seen a lot of comments coming in. What are you guys saying? 21, 2K, yeah. He still uses it after 23 years. Sweet, I want one. I'm 13 and don't have any camera, and I also use a 23-year-old camera, Sony DCR HC15E. Doesn't E stand for European or Europe? So it's like the PAL versions of the cameras. You're running out of tapes? Well, you can go on Amazon and still buy tapes. You can even go on to eBay and find like used tapes and stuff. Yeah, go tapeless. There's a lot of different methods to go tapeless as well. In Croatia, jeez. No way, he uses his VX2000 for his science lessons? That's sick. I've been looking for cameras from, because I actually work for my local school district just as like custodial service. And I've been looking for like broadcasting classes that are just trying to get rid of their camcorders, or even like the college that's here in Pocatello. But I can't find anything. Like, they either just auction them off, or they just don't have them anymore. So Anyway, let's look at the next cameras here. I forget which one we're doing here. Let me look at my notes. PC100. Okay. Next one here. So, I actually haven't done a review. I should probably redo a review on this because I did one at the very beginning of my channel before I started actually taking my channel seriously. But here is a DVD camcorder. Now this one's from 2001, and this is a Panasonic, I forget what it's called. No, it says on the bottom here. This is a, where is it? Maybe it does. Does it say behind? Disc eject. This is the Panasonic VDR-D230. Yeah, so this is a mini DVD camcorder. So if you've ever played GameCube, this camcorder pretty much takes the exact same discs as a GameCube. Let's see if I can pop this guy open. Damn it. Battery's dead. I won't pop the tray open. But yeah, they're like little DVD discs that are this big, and I feel like these cameras didn't really catch on very fast, and people kind of preferred mini DV over the DVD style cameras. But I think you could write the information to both sides of the CD. So this was actually my wife's uncle's camcorder, and he actually passed away from cystic fibrosis, and so her aunt actually she knew that I was like super into camcorders, and so she just gave me his camera, and it came with like a bag with like a whole bunch of different accessories and stuff. So I kind of can't get rid of this camera. It's just kind of I feel like a dead man's gonna come after me if I do that, but I feel like there's not really any form of a professional style camera of these. They're all like kind of consumer style ones. But I don't know if anybody out there knows any more information on like DVD camcorders. If there's any like professional ones, like let me know, because I would love to check like a professional version of one of these out. But it does have, let's see. I forget what the size of lens is. I think it's a 30, yeah, it's a 37mm lens on it. Ooh, I might have to throw a fisheye on here and try filming some stuff. But on the CD-ROM area, you got the really crappy zoom rocker on it here, which if you watch my channel for long enough, you probably know that I absolutely hate these because it doesn't have a lot of range on it. It's just very slight movements, and it's jolty. It zooms quick or zooms out quick, and I kind of hate it. But another thing that's kind of stupid about this camera, you have the cold shoe here, but it sits up right next to the CD-ROM. So most things like lights and mics and stuff, you can't even slide into it because the little wheel that you would spin to tighten it down onto the cold shoe, it hits the side of the CD-ROM and it doesn't even slide in. So there's a lot of things you can't even put on this camera to use as an accessory, so it's kind of useless. You can actually take, I think it has SD cards on it as well. Maybe, doesn't it? Yeah, it's got SD card. How do I get it out? There. So you can put your SD card here on the side, and I think that is for pictures only. So you can take pictures on it for the SD card, and then the video went to the DVD. And then it has all like playback functions. You can go and look at like your pictures and your video and all that. And then something that's kind of funky, in my opinion, is the viewfinder. It just pops out like that, and it doesn't swivel up and down. It just pulls out. So this one has such a big battery for it. I have a smaller one in storage, but this battery is so big that even with the viewfinder pulled out, you can't even get your eye all the way up to it to look through it. So if you want to use the viewfinder on it, you have to use the small battery. I just thought that was kind of funny. So, not a very well-designed camcorder in my opinion. It's got a couple flaws in it, that's for sure. But yeah, not selling this one just because it's kind of nostalgic to me, or I think my wife would probably kill me if I got rid of it. So yeah, that is the Panasonic DVD camcorder. I don't remember the name of it. All right. Bob's? Maybe try the Camcorder laptop Vireo PCG GT1. All right, I'm writing that one down as well. I like getting suggestions from you guys, and then I always seem to forget. Let's see. Where is it? The PCG. Let's see. PCG GT1. And that one is the Vario? Okay, cool. You guys getting bored yet? Seems like more and more people are hopping up in here, so it doesn't seem like it's too boring yet. Okay, let's keep on moving here. We're getting through it. Okay, so I did a review not too long ago on this one as well, and this is all Cyclone Cord's doing. He's the one that piqued my interest on these kinds of camcorders, and this is the JVC. I forget what it's called. It is the JVC GR-SXM250. This is a VHS-C camcorder from 2003, and it's a super VHS. So it has better video quality than a regular VHS-C camcorder, and it actually has S-video out on it, so you can get a better image quality on it. To me, I actually didn't know that they made VHS-C all the way up to 2003. Does anybody know when they stopped making VHS-C? Oh my gosh, we got bots in here again. How do I block people? No. Hang on, I gotta block this. I'm sorry. How do I block it? Hide user on this channel? Yeah, sure. There. Oh, I'm not I'm not too familiar with how live videos work on YouTube. I'm trying to like delete it and get it so they're not sending that crap. How do you get a moderator on YouTube Live? I don't know. No, stop sending it. Okay, who wants to be my moderator? Google it. Here, I figured it out. Someone be my moderator for me. Yeah, okay, here you go. You're gonna be my moderator, Myron Medic. No. Add as standard. There. What? I don't know how it works, man. Yeah, I'm trying to put it on timeout, and then it says an error occurred. Put user in timeout. Error. Try again. I don't know. I hope they just go away. I apologize for that. Where was I on this? This one generally uses... I'm sorry, guys. This one uses the same kind of battery as all other kind of VHS-C camcorders. You got your playback functions here on the top. Very similar to the the GR-AX-M50. It has a little bit of a better rocker zoom here. It's a little bit bigger than the ones that I hate. And it actually has a menu on this one you can actually go into and select things in the menu, and then it has like a wheel that you can select up and down on it. I have a review on this one if you want to go check out the review. Whoa. Again with the screens on them, look how freaking small the screen is. Like, it has so much more capability on it than what it has. So there's no Starbucks in Croatia. Well, you're not really missing out on Starbucks. It's Not really the best coffee in my opinion. Okay, what is the... It has a weird lens thread diameter on it. It's a 40.5 millimeter lens thread diameter. Dude, are you serious? Maybe I have to do it for my phone. Is it because I'm recording on my phone? Let's see here. Why? It's not letting me put people in timeout. Free Cornhub membership. Cornhub. Okay, so I'm gonna move on from this camera. I'm gonna take a minute and I'm gonna try and figure out this YouTube thing. So bear with me, please. Why? I don't understand why it won't. Hang on. Please wait. Come on. Yeah, I don't know why it won't let me put people in timeout or add people as moderators. Select live stream to enter the live chat live stream. Next to the username, tap the settings and select add as manager. Yeah, I'm trying to do that. And I'll hit, so if I select your name, Myron, I'll add as manager moderator. And then it just says error, try again. I don't know. Ugh, I hate these stupid bots. I feel like they're just getting in everybody's like live streams and stuff. They're so annoying. So please just ignore them. Okay, I'm gonna keep going here. I apologize. I'm not the best at YouTube Live yet. I gotta figure this all out. Okay, so our next camera. This one is from 2003. And this is the one that I was talking about earlier that is a cheesy version of the PC100. And this is the PC101, the Sony PC101. This one records 2 mini DV tapes as well. But I don't know, just the build quality and everything to it just looks really bad on it. And I bought this one from somebody. See if I can explain this right. I bought it from someone on Macari. And they sent it to me, and they said that it worked fine and all that. It came with like 3 batteries, and I get it, and the screen and the viewfinder doesn't show an image at all. It's just black. You can see all of the display and everything, but there's no video image. And then I found out that the little plastic piece that sits inside of the capstan roller, you know, the little rubber roller that's inside the tape heads, the little plastic piece that holds that rubber roller in there actually fell out, and this happens quite often with mini DV camcorders. So someone sold it to me with it having that issue, and then it also had no video image. So I think there's capacitors or something that's bad on this, and they told me that it worked fine. So I sent it back to them as a return or a refund. And it got lost in the shipping back to them. So Macari refunded them and refunded me. And somehow this camcorder made it back to me. So I got a free camcorder and my money back. So, yeah, this one's up for sale on my eBay store. It's just for parts because it's pretty messed up. You can see that, let's see, there's a pretty decent dent right here. Free jar of farts? Hell yeah. Somebody buy a free jar of... No, someone just get some free jar of farts from this person. But, yeah, I don't know. The build quality of it and just the way that it looks just looks so much more cheesy and not put together as well as the PC100. Let's see if I can remember how this works. So the PC100, it opens up from like the back and it opens up like this way. And this one opens up from the bottom for the tape deck. And then the viewfinder actually slides out like that, kind of like the Panasonic DVD camcorder. And I don't know, I just don't like this camera as much. It doesn't work as good, I think. It seems like it's not built as good. You can record to the memory stick duo on it, and you can, well, it actually has a touch screen on it as well. So that's actually how you get around in the camera as well. So if the touch screen goes out, you're screwed. And I know a lot of these early Sony camcorders like this had issues with the screen losing its feel of touch, I guess. It wouldn't detect your finger anymore. Dude. That's so annoying. I'm so sick of these freaking bots. Oh well. Anyway, yeah, so this one's from 2003, records to mini DV tapes, and I don't like it that much. So this one is for sale on my eBay store. If you have one of these and you need parts for it, you can go ahead and buy it. I think I have it up there for like 20 bucks or something like that. Alright, let's move on here. Let's see, that one was from 2003. We'll move up to 2004. And we got the Panasonic DVC30. Now, this camera's from 2004. It records to mini DV tapes. And actually, I have a lot more accessories with this. I had a lot of cameras boxed up that I am selling. And so it has the handle for it. It has the lens hood for it, and then it also has the XLR outputs for it as well. There's like a little box that attaches to it. Yeah, this thing has a huge eye cup for it. I don't know if they all came like this, but they're nice to put your eye up against, and it really blocks out a lot of light when you're looking at the viewfinder. And I remember when I did the my review for this camera, I think ghost hunters used these cameras for their videos because it has a night shot in it, night vision. But if you've used Sony camcorders, they're more of a green night vision on it, and this one is white. So I kind of like the white one a lot better. It's a little bit more appealing to look at because it's more of like a black and white feel instead of just this like glowing green feel to it. I don't know. But this one also has a 3 CCD sensor in it. It's got a 16 times optical zoom to it, and I think it has a 30, what is it, a 31 or a 30 millimeter lens thread on it. And this one actually has a 3.5 inch LCD screen on it. I feel like Panasonic is kind of known for their huge screens. They have really good looking screens. Like the quality of the image on the screens is really nice. And then all of your a lot of your functions here, like zebra and all that, and like your playback functions, all that kind of fun stuff. This camera is actually really nice. I would keep it for myself, but I don't need to keep all of these cameras, and I want to make them available for all you guys if you want to buy them. Let's see, yeah. So you got like your XLR input right here, or I guess it would be an output. And if you have one of these cameras, or if you get one and it has the XLR little cable, don't plug it into your camera here and then have no form of an audio source coming into it, because it will just have no audio to it. So if you're not using XLR, don't have the XLR cord plugged in, because you won't get any audio. So definitely use the built-in audio here, or just use like an external mic that you can plug into the side of it, because it does have that as well. You have a mic here on the inside along with your Firewire and S-Video and all that kind of fun stuff. So yeah, this is a really cool camera. I like this one. I hope to get a DVX100 someday and do a review on that. I did buy one at one point, but the guy who sold it to me didn't... he was kind of shady. I got the camera and got a battery for it and everything, and the camera wouldn't turn on, even with like a power supply or anything. So tried to like talk to him about it and all that, and he wouldn't say anything to me. So I just had to do a refund on Macari and just send it back to him. And the guy spent like didn't ship it for like a week or something. So the guy was super sketchy. Anyway, we'll move on from this guy. Oh, what are you guys saying? Congratulations, you won. Oh my gosh, I'm so sick of these. Big screen now, we're talking. Exactly what I'm saying. Yeah, definitely look at my eBay store. eBay used to have a section, or I guess a little tab, where I could just share my whole store with everybody, but now it doesn't pop up in my my profile. So I have to like send just like one listing to it, and then like you can go to my profile and look at everything on it. So I guess I'll just have to do it like that, or maybe I'll just make a list after this video of all the cameras that I have for sale on there. I have some parts for a TRV308 as well, or is it a 108? I don't know, one of the two. I have a bunch of parts for it. I have a guy in town who works on camcorders for me. He's electronics repair, and he's had them for a while, but I have two Canon GL2s that are being fixed at the moment as well. So hopefully I'll get those at some point whenever he's finished doing those. Okay, another one of my dad's cameras, and you guys are gonna not believe me on this, but this is the Sony DCR FX7 from 2007. And this one records to mini DV tapes as well. This is kind of reminds me of a little bit more of a modern VX1000. It kind of has that gray color to it. But my dad used to work, I don't know where everybody's at, but there's a thrift store around where I'm at called Deseret Industries. And he worked there for, I don't know, like a year or two. And somebody brought this in and just donated this camera to the thrift store, and he what he used to do is he'd call me up and be like, "Hey, I got a camera here for you. Come grab it, or I'm just gonna throw it out on the floor and let people come and buy it." So he'd let me know, and then he'd stick it out on the floor for me to buy, and he'd give me like a discount on it. Well, he wanted this camera that came in, and it came with like the battery, the charger, and everything. The only thing it didn't come with was, was the eye cup here. So it had a missing magnifier for the eye cup, and I actually found one on eBay for like, man, I paid like $45 for this actually on eBay. And so he put it out on the floor, and he gave me money because I guess you can't buy things while you're on shift there. And he put $12 on it, and then had me go and buy it. And so my dad, or I guess I technically bought this at a thrift store for $12. And then I bought the eye cup for $45 on eBay. So I paid more money for the magnifier eye cup than I did for the whole camera. So crazy that you could find a FX7 at a thrift store for $12. So yeah, crazy. And it's literally like brand new. I don't think whoever owned it, I don't think really used it. Because I mean, even on the mic here, it's a little dusty because it's been sitting on my shelf for a while. But you can see like the plastic is still around the mic there. But this thing is a pretty professional camera. It's got a little lens hood that opens up right here. And I need to clean this guy off because it's pretty dusty. This one has a 62 millimeter lens thread diameter on it, so a little bit bigger of a fisheye for it if that's what you want to use these for, like filming fisheye for like skateboarding and all that. It's got a focus ring on the side along with a zoom ring. It now has the record button up on top here along with your cold shoe. This one still records to mini DV tapes like I said before. You have your exposure and all that kind of stuff here, along with some custom presets and stuff. It has two ND filter selections on it right here. And instead of it having a 3 CCD sensor, it has a 3 CMOS sensor. So I think a lot of like DSLRs and camcorders nowadays have CMOS sensors in them. So this one has 3 CMOS sensors. These stupid bots. I'm sorry that these bots are being so annoying. I got to figure out how to fix this. But this one does record in HDV 1080i. So if you don't know, if it's 1080i or 1080p, 1080i stands for interlaced, and then 1080p stands for progressive. So if something is in P, that's a little bit better video quality than I. So progressive is a little bit better video quality than interlaced. You also have an HDMI out on this, so you can actually live stream with this camera if you wanted to. You can hook it to your laptop and do live streams and all that. You got audio monitoring. What else we got on here? I don't know what size of screen on it is. I think it's a 3.5. This one's not as square. It's a little bit more rectangular. Kind of reminds me more of like a 16:9 kind of format. Playback functions and all that back here, and your Sony designated plugins for your AV out, S video out, and you still got regular FireWire on it. So my video that I made with this, you can actually have it in 1080i or you can have it in DV mode. So I didn't realize that I didn't have all of the video cables with it, and I didn't have a way to digitize my footage through FireWire. So I went to put the tape in another camera to digitize the footage through one of my ClearClick converters, and it didn't show any form of an image. So I was like, that's weird. So if you have an older camera that records mini DV, say like the Canon GL1, and you use the 1080i HDV on here, it won't recognize the video on it. So you have to set this to DV to actually see a video on the tape on other cameras, if that makes sense. So the video quality is a lot less quality as well. So yeah, that kind of sucked. So yeah, this one's really nice. I know a lot of these cameras, like the FX1 and the FX7, have a lot of tape issues on them. So if you are going to buy one of these, just make sure the tape actually is able to be read by the camera and stuff. I don't know what the issue is of why they mess up, but this one works really, really good. And I think it's pretty unused. My face is itchy. Okay. I will move on from this one. So yeah, this one's not for sale. This one's my dad's, and he would definitely kill me if I sold this one. Lots of bots on here. Yep, I figured. Will the stream stay up after this? Yeah, after I get done recording this video, it will post as if I just posted like a YouTube video. So if you want to come back and watch this, you can. And it'll be up for other people who don't want to watch the whole thing right now. Any chance you're looking for a VX1000? Yeah, I am looking for a VX1000, but I'm not trying to pay $500 to $700 for a VX1000. I don't want to pay a whole bunch for it. $88 minutes and 16 people watching. Yeah. I bet a lot of people are probably at work right now, so that's probably why a lot of people aren't watching. So I usually work in like the afternoon, so that's why I'm here doing it now. Okay, let's move on to our next camera here. But I will read your comments here for a second. Let's move that so you can't see it yet. I don't want you to see it yet. User information stolen. Oh my gosh. Let's see, I have a VX, it's moving too fast. I have a VX1000E, tape recording works, but playback doesn't. Do you know why the playback doesn't? Are the tape heads just dirty? Is the VX1000E, is that like a Japanese model or is it the European model? Ooh, jeez. 10 at night there in Croatia? I need to get a job. You don't have a job, Brett? What the hell? What are you just going out and filming skate videos every day or what? This guy must have at least 100 cameras under his desk. No, we're getting down to the bottom of it. A lot of these are just for sale, and nobody's really buying a lot of these cameras. So like half of them are for sale, and half of them are not for sale. I don't know. I just like hanging out on live streams with you guys. uh, oh, bank details are being stolen. Yeah, okay, that really makes a lot of sense. All right, let's keep cruising here. So the next one is this guy right here. And this camera is from 2010, and this is the Sony NEX VG10 from 2010. Now this camera actually records to SD cards, and this is a really weird camera. Let's see, back in like 2017, I was so I ride scooters and I like filming like scooter videos, just like skate videos and stuff like that. But I had like a Canon T5, which is kind of like a budget DSLR for taking pictures and stuff. Didn't take very good audio. It didn't have external mic plug-in or anything like that. And I was looking for a camcorder. I wanted a camcorder, and I somehow stumbled on one of these on eBay back in like 2017. And I really wanted one, but back then they were still kind of expensive. They were like $750 for one. And my wife actually helped me. Well, she was my girlfriend at that time, but she actually helped me get it was a Canon HF G40. So it's kind of a more modern camcorder that Canon makes. I think they have like the Canon HF G80 or something out now. It's like in 4K, and they're pretty cool camcorders, but I ended up not really liking the footage from it. So I got one of those instead of one of these. But these cameras are really weird because it's a camcorder body, but it has a DSLR style lens on it. So how do I get this off here? So if you watch the review on this, look at that. It comes apart like that. So it's a camcorder body, and then you can use Sony E-mount lenses on it. So yeah, I don't know. I just thought that was super unique, and the camera just looks really cool. The only thing is it says it records in 1080p at like 60 FPS, but I don't know. In my opinion, the footage is kind of choppy. Like it's, I don't know. Maybe you need like a faster SD card for it or something. I'm not sure, but the video footage that comes out of it's kind of cinematic looking, but it's not the best in my opinion, especially for something that records to SD cards and was like, I think this was like $2,000 when this came out. But they have let's see, they got the VG10, the VG20, VG30, and the VG900. And I think the VG900 is like a full frame camera. So like the sensor on it is like way big, or way bigger than like what this is. But yeah, it has like surround sound microphone on the front of it, so it sounds really good. If you watch my review, I bought a little adapter for it. So I have a Canon fisheye lens. Well, it's actually a Optica, but it's compatible with like Canon DSLRs. And what it does is it adapts it, so it hooks to this, and then you can take Canon lenses and adapt it to this camera body. And then I was able to film fisheye for like scootering and stuff. So I don't remember if did I add that into the test footage on that? I don't really remember. But it's kind of a funky camera. I feel like 2010, I don't know, 2008 to like 2012 was like a really weird time frame for like technology, even for like phones, like Apple phones and all that kind of stuff. But this one has I think it's a 2.5-inch LCD screen, but I've never seen a camcorder. So most camcorders, the screen will swivel like 270 degrees, and this one only goes right there. So it's only 180. I've never seen a camera only swivel that much. So you wouldn't actually be able to use it like this, like how we're doing this. So I don't know. That's super dumb in my opinion. I think the models like the VG20, 30, and the 900, I think they articulate all the way around. But most of the settings in this camera is in the settings. So like, let's move that. All of these functions here, that's really all you get for it. So a lot of the stuff is in the menu. So I don't know. It's a really cool camera. I really enjoy it. It's really funky. And then you also have two shoes up here. You have a hot shoe here. I'm not sure what would actually slide into there or what would be compatible with that. But then you also have a cold shoe right here. And in my opinion, I think that's in kind of a crappy spot because your hand is in the way. You know, you can't hold it up here like this because if you have a mic or a light that's up here, you can't hold it. So you can only have it on a tripod or hold it like this. So I don't know, it's kind of a pain because the mic plug-in is right here on the side. So I don't know, maybe it's more for like cinematography, like maybe for like indie movies or documentaries or something like that. I bet a lot of people just use these on tripods. Let's see. I think, yeah, you're actually able to use Sony, I always forget the name of them, the Sony memory stick duo cards in this as well. So if you don't want to use SD cards, you can use Sony memory stick duo cards as well. But I don't know why you wouldn't want to just use SD cards. Now, the only flaw on this camera is, and I tried to super glue it, and you'll see it on my listing as well, but the tripod mount is cracked. So I don't recommend using this on a tripod. And I've asked people, I've asked people like how to fix plastic like that, and they told me to use, what the heck is it called? Epoxy. They've told me to use epoxy for it, but I just haven't gotten around to do it yet. So I need to do that. But if you do want to buy this camera for yourself, it is up on my eBay store. It's on a bid right now, but it will come with, you know, this whole thing. It'll come with a charger, the battery. It comes with the Canon lens adapter for it, and I think I got an SD card in there for it and a couple of other things. But it does have the lens cap, and then there's an ND filter here on the front as well. So it's like sunglasses for your camera lens. Okay, so that's that for this camera. Let's get moving here. I like bobs. Okay. What are y'all saying? Dude, I don't know if these are bots or what. Black on sale. Deal breaker for me? Can you help me with my old camera? What kind of camera you got there? Let me know. 3 more. 3 more what? Okay, let's see. I'm gonna try and move through these a little bit faster. So, okay, so we're jumping up into the more modern era here. So my next one I got here is the Canon M50. Now this camera came out in 2018. I think I got it in, did I get it in 2018? No. I think I got this in 2019. Actually, I was in Phoenix, Arizona. Me and my wife went down there to watch a NASCAR race, and for some reason we decided to buy one of these at Best Buy. And I gotta say, if you want more of a modern kind of DSLR kind of camera, this is actually a mirrorless camera. I definitely recommend getting one of these. These things are freaking awesome. They're really small, and they have really good footage on them. You can film in like 4K and all that. But this was one, in my other desk setup that I used to have. This is actually the camera that I used to use, because the lens is a little bit wider than my other lenses that I have. It's a 15 to a 45 millimeter. So it's a little bit wider than other DSLR style lenses. But yeah, it records in 4K, and I think they have a Mark II of these out, and I think they improved the battery life and stuff on it. It does have an electronic viewfinder on it as well, so I know like a lot of DSLRs and stuff have optical viewfinders on them, so you'll see just like what the lens shows you. But this one has a little, you see like the little black dot in there. It'll actually sense, once you get close to it, it'll turn the screen off and the viewfinder will pop up. So I just think that's actually really cool. It has a different diameter on the lens size than traditional Canon DSLRs. So you can use Canon DSLR lenses on it. You just have to use a specific adapter to be able to run it. So it's got a touch screen on it and all that kind of stuff. And I think you can find these brand new still for like, I think I paid like $650 for this. So a good little budget camcorder if you want to film videos like what I film, because this is what I used for a while. So not a lot else to really talk about like this. It doesn't have really cool features on it or anything, but I mean, I guess it has a mic, external mic plug-in for it, which is great because these kinds of cameras have really terrible audio on them. And then it also has a HDMI out on it and a USB, so you can actually connect this to your computer and download your photos and stuff like that to it. Or like I said, with the HDMI, you can do live streaming with this. But if you're doing live streaming like what I'm doing, these cameras only have a 30-minute time recording limit on it. So it'll only record for 30 minutes and then it stops recording. So definitely, if you're going to do some form of live streaming, get a camcorder, because you can just continuously record to it and you can plug in a power supply to them and just keep going. And a lot of modern camcorders have dual memory card slots on them. So do with that what you will. But we'll move on from this guy. Geez, I'm running out of room under my desk. Dude, these stupid bots are so annoying. 30-minute limitation, I'm sure you can omit with a hack like for the Sonys. You might be able to. I'm not really sure. I know if you've recorded like the 4K mode on it, it actually has a crop on it, so it's a little bit more zoomed in. But I don't know. I don't really like the 4K on it because like a lot of Canon camcorders have, or a lot of Canon DSLRs, they have the, what do they call it? It's got like the face detection, and it's got like really fast autofocus for it. So in 4K, it actually autofocuses really slow. So it's super, I don't know, it's kind of annoying. And it only records in like 30 FPS instead of 60. So I like 60 a lot better than 30 if we're doing videos like this. But anyway, we'll keep moving here. Okay, so this isn't my camera, this is actually my wife's camera. And it's not really a video camera, it's a picture camera. And it's like a Polaroid. But this is the Fujifilm Instax SQ6. And I got this for her birthday back in 2019. And she just loves this little camera. I think I got it at like Walmart. I paid $120 for it when it was brand new. And it can hold up to 10 pictures for it. And it takes like Polaroid style camcorders. Polaroid style pictures, not camcorders. And then we have like a little cork board that is out in our living room where we'll go on like vacations and trips and stuff, and she'll take a couple pictures while we're out there, and then she'll write where it was taken at and like the date and all that, and then she pins it to our little cork board. So this is actually a really fun camera. It's got all these different little modes up here. I did a review on this as well. You have like an auto mode, selfie mode, I think like a macro mode, landscape, and then like a light and dark mode and all that. It's got like a flash and all that kind of fun stuff. So I don't remember if I have that up on my channel anymore or not, but yeah, this is actually a really fun camera to use, especially for memories. We'll just find a slot here and just shove it in there. Okay, let's keep rolling here. Okay, so this next camera is my camera that I currently use to film my YouTube videos. And that is the Canon Rebel SL3. And this, I think I paid like $700 for this. This is what replaced my Canon HF-G40. So, I don't know. I used my Canon HF-G40 to film a lot of like action sports and stuff, so it kind of got beat up and had some issues. Like it would zoom out all by itself, and I don't know. I kind of just started to not really like the color of it, of like what it produced in videos and stuff. So kind of got tired of using it and got one of these because it's a little bit smaller. This is actually one of Canon's smaller or smallest DSLRs, and I wanted to get it because I want to be able to like go out and like me and my wife go kayaking and stuff and go camping, and so packing this around is a lot easier than packing a bigger, you know, camcorder around to film stuff. So I have another channel that me and my wife make little trip videos on. If I remember, I will put a link to it in the description if you want to go check out that channel. It's called Malcolm Goes Outside. But yeah, this is what I use to film the videos that you see for like my reviews and all that. It has I currently have a 50mm lens on it, and I kind of put it out in the hallway pointing in at me. But the kit lens that it comes with is what is it? It's an 18 to 55mm. And then I think over Christmas I got like a bunch of cash for Christmas. So I was like, you know, I'm gonna go look at a pawn shop and see what they have for Canon lenses. And I went over to Pawn One and got I got this 50mm, and then I got a 10 to 18mm, I think is what it is. So bought those, and I think I paid like, what did I pay for it? I think I paid like $90 for both of them. But yeah, if you have a DSLR like a Canon one, I definitely recommend getting a 50mm because, man, they have really good quality images that come out of it for video. It's got really good depth of field to it. And then I have this VEGU VW Go. So it's a wireless lavalier mic. You probably see the one that I have sitting here on my shirt. So this is like the little receiver for it. So that's what I use for like my audio. But this one and the M50 I forgot to mention, they actually have Bluetooth and Wi-Fi built into it, so you can download the Canon app, and you can download your video files or picture files to your phone, and you can control the camera from your phone. So you can control like the shutter speed, the white balance. You can start recording from like your phone. You can change the ISO for it and all that kind of stuff. So, what else we got here? Yeah, it has obviously like a mic jack for it, and it has like the HDMI and stuff for it as well if you want to do live streaming and all that for it. But yeah, this is what I use for my current YouTube videos. Oh, I'm getting sick of these bots. Are you guys? These bots are just killing me. They just say like the most stupid shit, I swear. Okay, let's keep moving here. Oh yeah, did I mention that the Canon SL3 came out in 2019? If not, yeah, it came out in 2019. Next one, this one also came out in 2019, and I have a DJI Mavic Mini drone. This is actually the second one I've owned, and this is kind of their budget drone that they have. I think you can find it for $400 brand new. It's this is the Mark One. The Mark Two, I think, might have it might be a little bit more expensive, but yeah, this is a great little drone if you want to get into drone videography or photography. It has a really good battery life on it too. It's got like, you can record, or you can be in flight for like 30 minutes, and man, these are just really fun to use. The only downside to it though is they're pretty light, so if it's a little bit breezy out, you got to be careful because it'll just start going all by itself. It'll just kind of take off. That, and if I can show you here, you got those two little black dots right here, and those are the only two sensors it has on it. So it only has the sensors underneath of it to recognize that there's an object there. So if you like put your hand under it while it's floating, it'll like raise up by itself. But it doesn't have sensors in front, back, or on the sides or anything. So you got to be careful of trees and power lines and stuff like that. It won't recognize that it's gonna crash. And I actually, this is my second one because I actually crashed it into a cave. If you've ever heard of Craters of the Moon, it's in Idaho, but it's like a state park, and there's like a bunch of lava rock that's out there. And a lot of it has it made caves and stuff, and a lot of the caves have like caved in. And so I kind of like flew my drone down in like the hole, and I swear it was like some bad juju or something, but it was like during winter, so it was like all snowy and stuff down in there. And I think the noise of it echoing from the propeller spinning scared a bunch of birds, and they flew out of like the rocks, like the caves and stuff. And there was this giant snow owl. Dude, this thing had like the biggest freaking wingspan of it. I swear that thing had like some kind of curse to it, because my drone just started flying all by itself towards the rocks, and I couldn't control it all of a sudden. As soon as that bird flew out of there, crashed into the rocks and fell into the snow down on the bottom of the where the cave is. And you're not supposed to go down there because it's dangerous, but I went down there and got my drone anyway, and it sat in the snow for a little too long, got water damage, and couldn't really use it anymore. So I actually gave that drone to my wife's dad, and he actually ended up fixing it somehow. So he's been using that drone, and then later on I actually ended up buying this one, the same exact drone. So it's got a little controller here. You connect your phone to it through, depends on what phone you have. It has different little wires, but I got an iPhone, so you connect it to there, and then you go into the app on your iPhone, and you can see what the camera, or what the lens sees on the camera, and then you can fly it like kind of like a video game. But it's got a bunch of cool little presets. Maybe I'll do a review on this and let you guys see. What do you guys think? You want to see a review of this drone? Let me know. But yeah, it's got a bunch of little like presets in it for self-flight, so it'll fly by itself and do recordings and all that. So yeah, that's that camera. Wow, I am so sick of these. About 10 hours was home video. What? All right. Okay, this is my last camera, and this is the GoPro Hero 10. I actually just got this for my birthday back in November. My mom gave it to me. I did have the Hero 9, but last year I went whitewater rafting in Jackson Hole, Wyoming, and it was, I don't know if you guys keep up to date with any of the news that goes around in this part of the country, but there was a huge rainstorm that hit Yellowstone, like Yellowstone National Park, and there was all these landslides and floods and everything. Well, the Snake River runs right through Yellowstone and through Jackson Hole, Wyoming, and so the water was just super high and kind of dangerous, and we still went whitewater rafting anyway. And I actually got tossed into the river in like the biggest section of rapids, and I about drowned, and I had my GoPro on my head and it fell off. I had the GoPro Hero 9 and it fell off into the river, so But honestly, glad it was the GoPro and not me. So, yeah, I was kind of bummed on that because I was making a pretty cool little trip video out of that and lost all the footage and everything from it. So for my birthday, my mom got me the Hero 10. I think they have the Hero 11 out now, but I think these things cost like $350 or $400. Um, if you want an action camera, I definitely would recommend checking out some different ones because these ones are GoPros are just a little bit glitchy. I just think that everybody knows the name of GoPro, so they just go with it. But I think like Insta 360 or something makes some, and I think DJI makes some. So if you're looking for a action cam, definitely do some research on some other ones. But if you like GoPros, then definitely the Hero 10 is pretty decent because it has a screen on the front. So if you want to vlog with it or whatever, you can see yourself on it. You can buy these little cages for them. The multimedia cage. It's got a little foam mic up here with some 2 cold shoes. So you can mount. You can buy monitors and mics and lights and stuff to put on it, and very, very good stabilization. So if you're doing some form of action sports or something, mountain biking, it's going to be nice and balanced for you. So great. Well, I don't want to say great, but decent little camera for that kind of action sports stuff, and it's waterproof up to like 30 meters, I think. So yeah, that's that one. I will post it next week. Okay. Well, that is it for the camcorders. I'm just going to go ahead and show you some of my accessories that I have for it, or for some of my stuff that I have. So, give me just a second, and I will grab those. Feel free to click off this video if you want to, though, because there's no more camcorders that I will be talking about. Just accessories. Oh, jeez. Okay. Okay, just real quick, I'll show you what's in here. I have a gimbal that I got back in like 2018. It's kind of a budget gimbal, but it's a Zhiyun Crane 3-axis gimbal. And I tried selling this just because I don't really use it that much, but there was nobody that really wanted to buy it, and I paid like $300 for it. And I had it priced at like, I don't know, $75, and still nobody wanted to buy it. So I was like, you know what, screw it, I'll just keep it. Why not? But yeah, if you're looking for a gimbal, let me know, and maybe I'll sell this to you if you want it. But it comes with, well, you got the gimbal here. I recommend only using light DSLRs or mirrorless cameras because it can't really hold a lot of weight to it. But it's got the charger here, and the grip for it, which has like some giant old school looking vape batteries to it, and the charging cable, and some other screws and stuff to it. So, oh, and then obviously the hard case that it comes with. So I gotta figure out how to put this back in. It's got a few little functions on it. How did I do this? There, something like that. Yeah, it's got a few different modes in it. I did a review on it, but I think I ended up deleting it. I think I had like under 100 views or something, so nobody really cared about it. Jeez. Okay, so that's that. Now I'll show you my lenses for my my DSLRs and stuff. So this one, I actually didn't end up paying for this one. This one was my wife's cousin's boyfriend gave it to her, and then she never used it, so I think we paid her like $50 or $75 for this. But this is a 75 to 300 millimeter Canon. What do you call it? macro, not macro, whatever. It's a super zoom lens, we'll call it. I don't remember what you actually call it. But I think these like brand new are like 300 bucks. So the fact that I got it for 50 or 75 bucks, kind of a steal. Only downside to it, you can't really see it on there, but well, yeah, you can. There's a scratch on the lens right there. But in video, you can't actually see it. So I need to get a lens cap for it. I just don't have one. I keep forgetting. Next up, we're going the total opposite direction of that lens, and this is my Optica 6.5mm fisheye lens. So skateboarding and scooter riding, any kind of videos that I want to film, DSLR, this is my fisheye that I would use for it. Definitely recommend getting one of these. I think I got this off of eBay for 65 or 80 bucks, but I think you can get these brand new off of Amazon for like 150 bucks. And then it has like a manual focus, and you can change the exposure and everything that comes in on it as well. Yeah, I don't know what's at the bots. I can't figure out how to block them, so hopefully my next live video it won't be too bad. I really apologize for that. I try to block them and it just says error, try again. So I've even tried to make you guys a moderator and it still won't let me do that. So I got to figure that out. Okay. I'm trying to move through this quick so that you guys don't have to sit and deal with the bots anymore. I apologize. This is my kit lens for the Canon SL3. This one is a 18 to 55 millimeter. It gets the job done. It's not the best lens, but the main thing that I like about this one, I've had other ones that are like this. I think I had the Canon T5. Is it swivels a lot more smooth than the older Canon lenses do. But it does have autofocus, manual focus, and stabilization on and off. So, yeah, it just comes with the Canon, it's the Canon kit lens. I think you can get the Canon bodies for a lot cheaper if you can order them without these. My dogs are barking, somebody must be here. So that's that. Then I also have this other one here that is a 10 to 18 millimeter. This one's actually pretty nice for travel videos. A lot of times you can't, you're either too zoomed in or your fisheye is too wide, so it's like really kind of distorted and dramatic looking. So this is like a good in-between lens to make it not look so wide and dramatic. But I think this one's actually pretty cheap too. I think you can find these ones for like 150 bucks. And this one also has autofocus, manual focus, and stabilization for it, along with a manual focus ring. That's one of the lenses I got at pawn shop. Then this is my little adapter I got. So this hooks onto the Canon M50, and then you can attach regular DSLR lenses to it. It adapts to it and gives you a little bit more options for lenses, because I know whatever style lenses that come with or are compatible with the M50, there's not really a lot of those lenses made, so this makes it compatible with DSLR lenses. So the only thing is I think it gives it a little bit of a crop, because I've tried using the
Hello?
Hi. And I'm filming. So yeah, I've tried using this with the M50, and it kind of gives like a little bit of a crop on the image. So that's kind of why I don't really use the M50 for my videos. Alright, what else do we got here? I'll show both of these really quick here. Yeah. Okay, so I got two Optica fisheyes here. I have a 58mm lens diameter one that fits on like the Sony VX2000 and the GL1 and all that kind of stuff. This one's pretty beat up. I got this one in like 2018. And then I just got this one for Christmas. This one is a 37mm that is compatible with a lot of smaller camcorders like the Sony PC100 and stuff like that. So this one I think I paid like $200 for, and I don't know if they still make these ones. I know they were out of stock for a little while, but these ones, this one was like $70 I think, but they're literally the exact same lens, just two different sizes. That guy away. Baby death lens. Yeah, they're both Optica. Ugh. If I can put it away. I really need a designated bag for this. Actually, does anybody have a 58mm fisheye that they want to sell me? Because this one's pretty beat up. Come on. Alright, and then let's see here. What else? I guess I'll just mention this. This is my little lavalier mic that I use that sits right here. I already talked about that on my SL3, so we'll just put that guy over there. And then I have this cold shoe handle. You can use it for cameras that don't have like a built-in handle for it, and you want to film fisheye for skateboarding and all that. You can find these for like $15 on Amazon. There's some that are cheap and some that are more expensive. This is more of a cheap one, but I definitely recommend getting more of a expensive one. Okay, this one's weird. I got this one for Christmas. I got this for Christmas. So my wife's dad actually, he has this for his drone, and they're like these little skis for your drone. Because if you've ever used a Mavic Mini, when you land, the blades are really close to the ground. So if you land on something slightly, I guess maybe uneven, the blades can hit the ground and you can break your blades. So this kind of like sets it off the ground a little bit. And then it also has lights right here, so you can actually use it at night if you wanted to. It doesn't really illuminate it, but you can definitely spot it where it's at. The only thing is it adds a little bit more weight to your drone, and I feel like it would drain the battery a little bit more than without it. But at the same time, it would probably give it a little bit more stabilization because it's a little heavier. So, some little skis. I think you can find these on Amazon. I don't know how much they are. They're probably like $10 or something. I think that's where he got them. And I will just show you all three of my mics that I have here. Okay, so this is what is this one called? This one's a Rode Video Mic Go, or Video Micro. It's like their really small mic that they make. I think they're like $60, and it comes with like this big dead cat on there. They sound really good. The only thing is they really only work with like DSLRs and stuff, because a lot of camcorders, they have to have a mic that is self-powered, so like a mic that has a battery that powers the mic. So that is what this is for. And I actually had this one before I had this one, just because this one kind of has this like hiss noise to it. And this is the Takstar SGC 598. And you can find these on Amazon for like $25. They work good. You can change the decibels on it. You can add +10 to it, so it kind of boosts the decibels on it, or you can just have it at 0. But yeah, it's a little bit bulky, but it gets the job done if you want to roll on a budget with some better audio, I guess. So yeah, that one works pretty decent. And then I got this one for doing voiceovers and stuff. So if you ever see like a video tutorial of me doing like something on like Adobe Premiere or something, this is generally what I talk through. This is the JLab USB mic. I think I paid like $50 for it. I think I got it at Walmart. I don't know what the specific name of this mic is, but they have one that's $50, $100, and $150. So I just got the cheap one, and I think it sounds really good. It has a audio plug-in right here, so you can monitor the audio that comes out of it, an on and off button, and a way for you to have it, surround sound, so it has audio that comes from all the way around it, or it's cardio, so it will just have the audio pick up from this direction. So yeah, I think you can find these at Walmart, and I think they're pretty good if you're looking for like a USB mic. And then it has obviously like a little tripod for it, and you can talk to it like this. So a lot of my videos I kind of had it kind of just in the background like that. So that was when I had my old desk set up. So yeah, that's pretty much it for all of my camera stuff. There's probably a few things here and there. I mean, I guess you can consider an iPhone a camera, but that's kind of what I'm filming with right now, so I can't really show it to you, but most people have an iPhone anyway, so they don't really care. I got a few little accessories here and there that I have, but who really cares about that? I guess I should have showed you some of my converters that I have. I got a ClearClick Video to Digital 2.0 and a 3.0, and then I have an Ion Video to PC as well. I don't really use that one anymore. And then some like GoPro accessories and stuff, but yeah, that's pretty much it. So we've been doing this for like 2 hours, 131 minutes. So we're over 2 hours doing this. I thank you guys for hanging out and checking out my camcorder collection. I actually had to unbox a lot of these, the ones that I was selling to do this video. So I guess once this is over, I gotta go rebox all of those. I found an old dazzled video from Transfer in a box the other day. Can you just pan the camera over to the camcorder collection? Yeah, here, let me take it off the tripod here. Let's see. Hang on. Give me just a second. Actually, you know what? How about we just do this? I'll just put them all on the table here. Oh, I don't even have enough room on the table, I don't think. Let's do this here. Okay, that works. I'll just do the camcorder. I know you guys probably don't care about the accessories and all that. So I'll start smallest to biggest, I guess. All right, there's that. I'll just start putting them on here. How about that? Hopefully I'm not super echoey to you now because you're so far away. Let's see. Hopefully I can get all these to fit on there. That'd actually be kind of a cool thumbnail to do. I haven't actually looked at all these all together like this all at once. There's a GoPro. We'll put. Yeah, I sound fine? Cool. iPhones actually have pretty good audio to them, to be honest. There we go. Let's see. Should I raise the camera up so you can kind of see more down onto it? I guess I'll do that here in a minute. I wonder if my phone's close to dying. Hopefully not. I think it was pretty charged when I started this video. Next time, just leave them all on the table. Yeah, I definitely should. I just didn't want it to be all jumbled while I was holding the camera. But I guess this looks okay. It's just this is all kind of clumsy looking. Oh man. Let me take this guy here. Go up here. Put these guys down here. one's heavy. And last one, I think. No, I got one more. All right, there you go. Let's see. Can we flip the camera? Yeah. There you go. There's all the cameras. Panasonic PV420, VX3, FX230. I forget the name of that one, but that's a DVD one. SL3, GoPro Hero 10, Canon M50, PC100, PC101, Mavic DJI Mavic Mini. New YouTube banner. You think so? Let's see. How much does it all cost? Let's see. Well, I don't remember how much I paid for all of them. Well, this one I paid $400. I think I paid like $30. That one's my dad's. That one was $650, $400, $700. That one was free. That one's my dad's. I paid $95 for the VX3. That one I think I paid like $75 for. That one was $120. That one was, how much did I pay for that one? I think I paid like $30 for that one. That one was like $15. I think I paid like $320 for the NEX VG10. That one was, how much was that one? $150 for the VX2000. That one was like $12. That one I think I paid $75 for. And I think I paid $65 for the DVC30. I don't remember how much I paid for the PV42. And my GL1 I paid $280 for. So yeah, and then obviously all the accessories and stuff I have over there. So I got too much money wrapped up into this. But let's see. That one's for sale. That's for sale. This one will be for sale. That's for sale. That's for sale. That's for sale. That's for sale. That one's for sale. And yeah. So I will flip you back here and see if we can get you back on the tripod. All right, we're at 30% on the battery. So, sweet. So leave me some comments of some cameras that you guys want to see in the future. Reviews. I got a lot of work to put all these back. Yeah, I'll have to take a picture and I'll do a community post for you guys and ask you guys what one's your favorite camera or something like that. But I think I'm gonna go ahead and cut the video here. We've been on here for long enough, and thanks for sticking in there with me, guys. I really enjoyed doing this. Maybe next year we'll have to do another one and see where we're at by then. But I just figured I'd do this because I have quite a few cameras that are just sitting for sale at the moment, and I kind of have a collection building up. So I figured I'd unbox them all and share them all with you guys. So thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next live unboxing. Probably is the next time I'll probably go live. I don't know what camera I have coming in yet, so I gotta make a little bit more money off of these cameras to get some money rolling in for more cameras to buy. So I'm gonna go ahead and end it here. Thanks, guys. We'll see you in the next one.